Okay, so I am live on Startuptalky and just looking forward to all your questions as it comes along. Very happy to be here. This is probably one of those rare groups that have a lot of interaction, a lot of activities, and I think thanks to the moderators and Shubham and team who have been able to keep all the other stuff away. That's why it's so active. So I'm here. You guys can feel free to send in your questions. Hi Anup, good to see you. All right. First question comes from Siddharth Mohan. How to deal with procrastination in business? I guess how to deal with procrastination in general, why just business? We all have procrastination issues before exams, before anything that's important. And I think that's just a brain being fearful of what can happen, because a lot of times we see more problems than success. And so the brain is trying to stop us. So procrastination happens only when you don't have a clear idea where you're going, what the benefit is, and what you got to lose. Sometimes the fear of losing is higher than the vision of the benefit. So you got to have a very, very compelling vision that what you are going to win if you go ahead with your business and do what you need to do. And that needs to be very clear. And also very clearly what you got to lose if you don't pursue what you're doing. So that fear of oh my God, rejection, this, that, gets overcome by, wow, what is all possible? And that's what puts the fire in your belly, and you go propelled at light speed to achieve what you want to achieve. So procrastination can be overcome by a compelling vision. And when you have a compelling vision, you don't give up because you have grit. You have the perseverance of sacrificing on the short-term losses because you know on the long term you're going to gain, and it's very clear to you. So you need to make it clear to yourself what all you got to gain by taking the actions, massive action, massive result, legendary life. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Siddharth. Nikhil D. Prince, how to pitch to investors? Nikhil, sometimes I spend like 8 hours just teaching people how to pitch. So pitching to investors or pitching to anybody is basically you're selling. You're selling your idea, you're selling your vision. So again, similar answer to the previous question. You need to be very clear on the upside of what happens when your business succeeds. If your business is going to be $1 billion business or a multi-million-dollar business or whatever it is, you need to be convinced about it. When you're confident on the success factor, then you can exhibit that confidence through your speech, through your body language, through your eyes, through your tone, all of that. Communication is only 7% the words that you utter. 93% of it is nonverbal communication. That means your tone, your intonations, your volume, your body language, etc., etc. So how to pitch to investors? Be convinced of what you're talking about. Have thorough research on your market. What problem are you solving? Have it in 25 words. What problem are you solving? And how are you solving it? Crisp, precise, not maybe, probably, You know how people speak sometimes, right? Because tomorrow, and it's like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not confident. Screw it. You're not going to make it. So you need to be fully convinced based on thorough research, thorough steps, thorough guidance. Only then you can pitch with full confidence. I hope that answers Nikhil. Vignesh Kumar. Hi, sir. Tell us your insights about differentiation. How to do that in an industry like selling t-shirts online? Vignesh, nice question. Selling t-shirts online, yes, many people are doing it. How to be different? So there are people coming up with different kinds of t-shirts, like prints that glow in the dark. So when you go to the nightclub, you stick out. Or there are t-shirts that are like LED, programmable LED that's washable. I think out of Hyderabad. And so there are unique ways people are creating differentiation. The only thing you need to remember is unique bragging proposition. You need to let your customers brag about your product. They should be able to show others, look what I'm wearing, right? And that should make them look good. Only then you'll get referrals, you get virality, you get sales happening when you make your customers look good. So unique selling proposition is old. Unique bragging proposition is in. Think about Truecaller. How did you know about Truecaller? Some friend must have told you, hey, give me a number, I'll give you a name. And as soon as you give them the number, they're like, oh, it belongs to Rohan Sharma. Oh, really? How did you know? Truecaller, download it. So similarly, you need to have t-shirts that are unique, whether it's design, whether it's the technology behind the fabric, smart fashion, or it's a, like I said, LEDs, whatever it might be uniquely distinct and yet not out of reach. You can be premium, that's fine, but not out of reach. So know who you're targeting and be what makes you brag worthy. Okay. Adil Sheikh, can you share some PPT on it? Adil, I'm not sure what you mean by it. I'm guessing investor pitch. Just go online, look up Airbnb's pitch that helped them get their first funding. It'll give you a very good understanding of things. Nikhil, thanks. You're welcome, Nikhil. Siddharth Mohan, like Tata, how they have a big hold in the steel industry around the world, but there are only few Indian companies, Western companies, manage to grab a huge market in India, even if they enter a bit late. How can a company leverage to have a hold overseas? So Siddharth, you got to have very good relationships overseas. I have a company in Hong Kong, in Vietnam, and the way I've done it is going in through somebody I can trust who is an influencer. Like I'll give you the Vietnam example. There's somebody who is basically a PhD in computer science who in Ho Chi Minh City is very, very reputed, has 20 plus years of experience and is connected with a very reputed university. I got into Vietnam market through him and he got me the team, the space and everything else. And, in UK as well, same thing, trusted person who connects you to a network of people. As soon as you create competitive advantage, that you're giving better pricing, you're giving better quality, you're on time, customer service is terrific, all of that put together gives you an added advantage, but you need a trusted person who is an influencer, who people listen to in the market that you're trying to reach. I hope that answers your question. Kunal Parmar. And what about business which is passed on to the generations? How do we reposition it? My dear Kunal, that's a very broad question. It can be, I'm guessing it's because of generations you're saying, it's a traditional business, not a tech business. And in traditional business, there is a lot of ways to improve it, especially efficiency using automation, using technology, using marketing. If you're a B2C, then you got to get on social media, your web presence, your digital ads are far more important than your TV ads and your billboards. Now, if you're a B2B business, then LinkedIn is your best friend. I know you already probably know this, but what I'm saying is hone in on these things, Trade India, LinkedIn, all these B2B resources that are there. Actually use it, because most traditional businesses don't know how to effectively use it. They create a profile and forget about it. You can have an added advantage by actually knowing in a professional way how to use them to your advantage, how to build a brand over there, how to create value for customers who have never seen you and who you never might see, but still might do business anyway. Okay, so lots of questions it seems. Kunal, okay, done. Anthony Stephen Mendes. What would be the minimum capital needed to open a viable business in India? My dear Anthony, that's a very vague question. If you're starting a business for manufacturing teacups, it's a different thing versus if you're starting a blockchain AI business, it's a different thing. So, make your question more specific. I'll try to answer. Alok Ranjan, services-based business company can get investment or not? Of course it can get investment. What is Flipkart? What is Snapdeal? What is, so many most tech companies are services. They're not hardware. Most hardware is basically your phone and your smartwatch, and that's about it. But yes, there is lots of investment available for service businesses. Anup Chandra. Anup, nice to see you. How to convince hotel owner for hospitality sector? Again, Anup, very broad question. Depends on the hotel owner. Is he a Karus kind of guy? Is he a young guy, old guy, open to technology, doesn't understand technology? All of that needs to be put into consideration. When you're negotiating with someone, understand who is on the other side. Get into their mindset, their way of thinking. If it is an older person, understand they have traditional values. You got to speak on those terms. If there is a new person, understand that they are not experienced. They're open to new ideas, new things. They're hungry for growth. So you need to approach it in that way. So really figure out who you're talking to, and I'll be helping you out how you can do that. Okay. Anthony. Anup Siddharth Bhattar. Sir, I'm planning to start a restoration house. Product will be manufactured from recycled materials. So is it having a future? It is. It's a pretty substantial future, but high on capital. You need to have a lot of capital. I hope somebody is supporting you. You won't get investor money from the very early onset. It is also high on operations. You're dealing with manual labor, loyalty issues. You will be dealing problems with mafia. I'm telling you all the problems. But the upside is pretty good. If you can go over those things, the upside is pretty good. Anthony Stephen, hypothetical, if you could buy an island, somehow convert it into a country and create your own rules, regulations, how much of a disruption can you cause? Not much, really. There are lots of rich people with islands with their own rules, which is basically it's private and they can do whatever they want, and there's not much of a disruption there. Nobody knows they exist. Rishi Mundra. Hey, Avelo, we are glad to have you here. You have been a great motivator, and we just hope that your insights and take on various issues would help our community to grow. Cheers. Rishi, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Trying my best. Nikhil Jain. If launching another air travel booking company at global scale, if launching another air travel booking company global scale, but for B2B, how do we crack the international market? My dear Nikhil, don't try to go on a global scale at the very onset. First, focus on a niche. Like I just recently got a message from Ease My Trip. They've been calling me nonstop. They're giving me all kinds of benefits for who I am. And I'm like, why? They're like, we're a startup, we want to grow. And if you endorse us, we will grow we'll get access to your followers and fans. I said, okay, and what do I get out of it? But the point is, they are focused, they're targeting influencers, they're targeting businessmen, right, or women. And that's how they're growing. So you focus on niche. Don't try to be global. You won't be able to do that unless you have, trillions of dollars. Even if you have trillions of dollars, I would tell you start with a niche and then slowly mushroom out from there. Because let the market tell you what they want rather than you telling the market what you want. Then you'll be the only customer left. Don't be foolish. Siddharth Mohan. Which is the best way to advertise in 2018 other than TV ads? Also, how can a company advertise like Truecaller? Truecaller doesn't advertise. That's the best part. Truecaller's product is its marketing. Truecaller's users are its marketers. So the genetics of the product development and product design and the UI UX, all of that needs to have the marketing genetics in it. That's what makes it so awesome. So what you need to understand is that if you want to do growth hacking begins before you build the product. So you do the market research, you create your problem statement, and you build the solution. And the solution is based on how you're going to market it. So very, very key. In 2018, TV ads and billboards don't work. So please go on social media, no matter what you're doing. Whether it's B2B, go for LinkedIn. B2C, go for Google ads and Facebook ads. You will do well. Obviously, focus on organic traffic. Try to be giving knowledge, sharing knowledge with videos, with Quora answers, with your posts and whatnot. Try to follow one principle in 2018 if you want to succeed. Give, give, give before asking. You got to give to people. People naturally reciprocate. That's what I do. That's why I'm doing this today with you. That's why I do all these free videos, because you give, 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 and people reciprocate back, right? So that's the most important aspect here. Okay. Nikhil Jain, if working on higher education guidance and need more mentors, grads and postgrads or international universities, how do we get more mentors on board, paid volunteering, how to find the connect? LinkedIn is your best friend. Of course, you need to go to networking events. Talk to me. I'll connect you to folks who are doing this in the business. You can always steal people from your competitors. Find out who your competitors are. Find out who their star mentors are. Reach out to them over coffee. Tell them, hey, you know what? We are growing, and you'll have more influence in my company than the existing company. Find out what they don't like about that company. Do it better in your company. Steal them in. That's how you get them on board. Joseph Joy, PPT, IQ, what? Sohadara. Also, how to get loan for starting a clinic. Joseph, I'm not a loan officer. Talk to a bank. Sorry, but cannot help you much with that. Anshul Saidi, what do you think about online education business? Fantastic. Byju's is doing well. There are multiple other players that are doing well. It is crowded, so you better have a very good understanding of the psychology of education, the science of learning. Only then you will do well. It's not just technology and putting up some videos out there. It is understanding how people learn, and based on that understanding, having people who can translate that to technology. So that's only how you will succeed. Anup Chandra, thank you, sir. You're welcome, Anup. Rishi Mundra, how do you convince an experienced person of your vertical to join your startup when you are yet to be funded? Rishi, watch my first TEDx talk. It was called The Currency of Relationship. What a lot of times we don't understand is that people who are experienced and are stuck in their lives in big companies getting big fat paychecks in their AC offices and big cars, they want an escape. They want freedom. They want to influence young minds. They want to see their efforts having a real world output. They want to be honored. So if you can provide all of that in your startup and show them, look, you are one person in a million people company, and in my company you will be one of the bosses. You will be the guy making one of the important decisions. I'm trusting you. You and I will build this together. Show them the vision. Show them the dream. Show them what all is possible. The $1 billion dream. They'll join you. They're human beings. They want to grow. If they don't have the hunger to grow, they're not ready for a startup. Don't bring them in. They will kill your startup. Guru Sharan Singh. Sir, what are economical tools for marketing for a service-based startup in a local market? Guru Sharan, start with Facebook page, Facebook groups like Startuptalky is a great place. Connect with people. There's literally 1 lakh people in Startuptalky group. I mean, seriously, so much you can do. I've been seeing all these community managers who have had Facebook groups translating that to revenue so easily. Watch my video called Reputation to Revenue on my YouTube channel, YouTube/Avelo Roy. And there I've detailed this out, how you can use social media to generate revenue for your business. Reputation to revenue, remember that. Okay. Heskunda Shashag Adiga. What do you think about interior design business? Fantastic, do it. I like tech business, but traditional businesses work. If you have the talent for interior design, do it. Don't do it just because there's another thing. If you are really good and gifted, then do it. Suresh C. I am starting online furniture. How to B2B business? Well, there is already a precedent for it. You can see Urban Ladder, how they're doing, and see, what you can do better than them in terms of design. Look at IKEA, IKEA. I think they are in India already. How they're doing, and you can learn, what you can do better. So if you want to sell from your own website or from Amazon or from Urban Ladder, basically in B2B, it's much better to use other people's network. So if there are already millions of people coming to Urban Ladder or Amazon or some other website or OLX, better to be there and sell your furnitures. If they're good designs, good quality, good customer service, you will have to give it 6 months, 7 months, and eventually people will talk about it. People will write reviews about it, and you will eventually grow and get referrals. Sorry, my health is not the best, so I'll cough a little bit. Please don't mind. Vaishali Jain, I get most of my traffic via LinkedIn, but now I have reached 30,000 first connections. What should I do next? I run a resume writing service. Well, just monetize your 30,000 LinkedIn guys, and also you can have followers on LinkedIn. You can have your own profile. Write on resume writing. Educate people what is new in resume writing, about job interviews, all the genre of jobs. Just write all about it, and you will see you'll get. Of course, Quora is another place where you get a lot of traffic, loads of traffic, in fact. So find out questions where people are asking about resume and job interviews, and go all out on Quora. There's no limit there. Quora. Okay, Arun Chachan. What do you think about Meta search startup? Do they have a future? Of course they do. Any niche has a future if you execute it right. Point is, what are you doing beyond what everybody else is doing? Every digital media company is providing that service. If you're a niche and you're doing a darn good job, better than everybody else, then it's a B2B business where all the other digital marketers will use your service, and even businesses who are existing and looking into just optimizing their SEO and whatnot will might use your service. Siddharth Mohan, I have designed and developed a mobile ticketing system for Mumbai locals, and it solves a big problem for commuters. I'm having a meeting with the railway chairman and minister next month. How should I pitch my whole thing to the ministry? How different it should be with what will they will say yes. Mentor me with whatever the best you got. Siddharth, I deal with ministers all the time, and this is what you need to worry about. You need to think from their perspective. As entrepreneurs, we cannot just say, I want. You need to think, what would get him elected? What would make him popular? What would make him look good? What would get him the votes? So all of that need to be considered. So you need to tell them, look, you take all the credit. I don't need the credit. I built the product. And your job is to market it. So people know it's easy for them, and they thank you for it. You want your picture on my app? I'll put your picture on the app. You want your logo? Whatever you need, I'll do it. I want to make you look good. I have no other agenda. You get this app in the hands of every single person on Mumbai local. That's all I'm asking. And that is all you need to pitch. Your 30-second pitch. Arun Chechan. Also, as per you, which meta search will flourish by 2025? I don't know, Arun. This is not my area of expertise. My apologies. Rishi Mundra. Is it really necessary for a startup to get funding? Does the credibility depend on that? Nope, not at all. You don't need to get funded. In fact, in Kolkata Ventures, we have had 400 startups go through us, and most of them didn't need funding. They're all making anywhere between 50,000 to lakh to 70 lakhs a month, and most of them didn't need funding. Lean startup methodology teaches you how to build with zero money, grow with your customers' money, and then scale with your investors' money. In the scaling stage, you might need funding. But to start and generate revenue, you don't need funding. Ease My Trip is another example, which has not taken any money. It's just bootstrapped, doing it fantastically well. I think there's like 2,500 crores. That's what I heard last time. I don't know if it is true or not, but that's what I heard. So you don't need funding always. Some startups do need, but if you want to do it without it, it'll be a little slower, but you'll have full control, full freedom, full creativity, and you can make it happen. I have done it, and many startups I've mentored have done it. Krishanu Das. If we are going to sell a beverage product to a new client, how should we start the conversation? Although you have told in many videos how to do this, but can you just summarize the technique on selling so that the meeting becomes fruitful? Actually, people don't trust a new brand and they don't talk further. Absolutely, Krishanu. Good question. Same answer for you. Do research on the person you are going to meet. On Facebook, look at what they're posting, what they're liking. On LinkedIn, look at what they're posting, what they're liking. Look at their profile. Who are they? Old, young? Understand their vantage point. What makes them tick? And then talk to them. This is how I'm going to benefit you. This is how you're going to look good. This is how this product is going to revolutionize your business and make you rich. So it's all about that person, not about you. You're doing them a favor. You're not here to ask. Give, give, give before asking. Remember that, Kishanu. Shubham Kumar. Hi, sir. We are glad to have you here. We have a question from one of our community members. How can you prioritize your emotions, family, and risk-taking capability in case of our Indian startup scenario? Very good question. Very, very good question. A lot of times our families are the ones pulling us back. And you know what? That's terrible. But that's how it is. That's how it is. Our family, but we need to be a little heartless. We need to move on. We need to tell them, look, you have given me life, and I need to fulfill the purpose of that life. I need to live the life that I want. Give me a few years to do that, and you will be proud of me. Trust me. You need to show them that. You need to tell them, you're going to be proud of me for the rest of your life. Just give me a few years to prove myself. And if I fail, I'll do exactly what you tell me to do. But if I succeed, you will be proud to say that my son or my daughter is so-and-so. And this is true in my life. My mother wanted me to do a job and business on the side. I told her, my mother, please, let me live my dream. I have done the engineering. I didn't want to. This is for you. Here's a degree. Let me live my dream. And I went all out with my startups. I struggled. I was not the good son. But eventually, everything worked very well. And she's very proud of who I am today. Okay. Hi, sir. I'm 15 years old. Wow. And I still go to school, but I opened my own wedding branch under the guidance of my sister. All my human resources are hired. For the first 2 years, we have a lot of guests. In the past year, the average number of visitors has decreased by 70%. My earning range from $2,500 per year to $900 per year. I'm thinking of upgrading a branch, but not sure if it will attract customers. Sir, could you give me some advice? I thank you. I'm not sure what you're asking me. Is it a website? Is it a wedding branch? I don't understand the question. You can personally message me and I'll try my best to answer you. My apologies, I don't understand what you're asking me. Aman Kapoor. Hi, Avelo Roy. I have this question for you. Funding and startups are going hand in hand, and I'm seeing that it is highlighted a lot in media. These days, it seems like startups are always in the race to secure next round of funding. I am not against funding a business, but a long question. But I personally think that money from some customer invested is growing little. Then so this happened today. Yeah, I totally believe in that. Start with zero money, grow with your customers' money, and scale with your investors' money. That's my policy. That's how I do it. Altabash. Hello, sir. Hope you are doing good. My question for you is how to manage to work with the people in the work environment which aren't very good, where they aren't very professional or mannered. For example, Bollywood. Altabash, congrats on getting into Bollywood, first of all. But hey, you know what? People are people. You cannot change them. All you can do is be the best example that you can be. It takes patience. Be a good example. Be a good human being. Be kind unconditionally. Be respectful unconditionally. And you will see people's behavior over time will change. They will reciprocate with your kindness. They will reciprocate with your niceness. They will come back to be a good human being if you continue consistently to be a good human being. So you cannot point fingers there. You got to point fingers here. What can I do better that will make them be better human beings in my presence. Aman Kapoor, I am doing something in higher education sector, and I will be dealing with decision makers of college universities the next 1 or 2 months. Could you please give me some insights, tips, if you have, about effectively reducing the time between contact and contract? Aman, help them see how much they will benefit, help them see how much the students will benefit, help them see how this is of marketing value to getting new students recruited, how your product or service will help them get new people recruited. If you can do that fairly well, they will understand and quickly get to contract. Now you got to follow up and follow up and follow up. They'll be like, talk to me after 2 weeks. They don't have urgency. You do. You need to follow up gently. You need to figure out who are the key influencers, talk to them, give them gifts, be nice to them, talk in their terms, see what ticks them, what makes them happy, and you will very quickly be able to get through. Okay. Anthony, Stephen, what do you think of cryogenics as a whole? No, I'm not expert on that. Siddharth Mohan, how to hire people and how to hire the head who will continue to lead the absence of the CEO also will be a big support for the CEO. Yes, you know how I do it? I do it by mentoring people, what I'm doing right now. All of you now know me. Hopefully one of you will be working for me someday. And hopefully I'll be able to trust you with a business that you can run while I go on to the next business. That's how I run multiple businesses. I stay with the business for 18 to 20 months. I train up the team. I recruit from people I trust, people who are loyal to me, and then I give them the liberty to run the business, and I move on. I look at the dashboards, I look at the sales figures, I look at the revenues, and that's all I do, and let the people run it. So how do I do it? You need to have people skills to learn how to recruit the right kinds of people who, over a consistent period of time, will maintain their quality of work, will maintain their word, will maintain their timeliness, will maintain their ethics, all of that. So it takes time, but you got to start somewhere. So go on LinkedIn, add a bunch of people, go to networking events, make friends. If you're in college, even better. If you're not in college, fine, but go places where people are there. Hang out where people hang out. And you might find like-minded people. From there, you can recruit them. There are headhunters, there are Naukri.com and places like that, but much better if you reach out to people over social media and see how they're doing. And even better if you hire people from your competitors. Nothing better than that, because they're already proven, and then bring in the secrets of your competitors. So you can do better. Aditya Srinivas. Hi sir, I am Aditya, 20 years old, undergrad. It is great to see going to start ALGA production company and want to revolutionize industry. This could bring a new opportunity. What is your question? Open up whole new employment, but it needs a lot of investment at first. My dear friend, don't just ask for investment at the onset. First, create some value. Once you create value, investment will automatically come. You need to prove. You need to test the market validation. You need to first understand what problem you're solving and create the solution. And that can be done in a very cheap way. You fail cheap, you succeed faster. You do small steps towards your goal. So whatever you revolutionize you want to do, you start with a very big idea. That's great, but you start small. You think big, start small, grow slow, grow fast. Think big, start small, grow slow, grow fast. And in the start small segment, you build, test, learn. Build, test, learn, and that's how you iterate your way to revolutionize the industry. Don't just have big dream and think I know everything, I can revolutionize the industry. It doesn't work like that. Slowly, step by step, things move. Tarun Kumar, I have listened to you, Avelo. You are good. Thank you, Tarun. You're kind. Rishi Mudra. Thank you so much, sir. As always, you have been great. Thanks for sharing your insights with our community. With this, we conclude our first AMA. Hopefully, we'll have more of such meaningful discussions. Cheers. How to get people on board,
project with the CS initiative. Okay, I guess that's it. The community managers told me to basically get out, so I'll get out. Thank you very much. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you for all your questions, and send me any messages. So my Facebook page is facebook.com/askavelo. YouTube page, YouTube is youtube.com/Avelo Roy. So just whatever I said here, they're already on videos. You can watch them. Happy to be of service anytime. Message me on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Don't email me. I respond to social media messages. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a good night.